It's Madden NFL 23, and we'll see Brandon Cooks. It was a nice line for him a week ago, reaching the century mark and scoring a touchdown. It's the Texans and the Eagles on Thursday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air tonight. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Now for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts. They start on the ground here at Sanders. That's to about the 28, second down coming up. But now he appears to be in some pain. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Hurts sets up to throw it. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grab. As Sanders has it poked free, and the Texans scoop it. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. Second-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford. Following the fumble recovery, Mills. Man open, that's Chester Rogers. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The end result, 21 yards.
The partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for the defender to shadow him across all that ground.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And, Charles, you look at this defense. They were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
Marlon Mack, his first carry of the game. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 2nd down and 4, Mills to the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Here's Pierce. We'll get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll run. Here's Janovich, the fullback. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Andy Janovich, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Here's Hurts to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Throwing is Hurts. And that is incomplete.
Well, they got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Mills on 1st down. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Mills. It's Rodgers here with a grab. Touchdown! Chester Rodgers. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now, the Eagles and Texans, polar opposites last year in terms of running the football. The Eagles were number 1 in the league. The Texans, 32nd, dead last. And in fact, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The sack there by Rasheem Green. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Airing it out deep for Smith. And this is going to be intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but part is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Play fake, Mills. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Mills throw there, complete to Rodgers. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. On 3rd down, here's Mills. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack. Throwing on 2nd and long. Hurts. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try it too. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Complete. Smith has it. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously he is well short of the first. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. Aaron Siposs on to punt as he'll get this one away now. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line. And it continues into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Texans to take over. Remember, right now they are on a 6-game losing streak, trying to snap that. And a good sign is they've got the lead in the football. Mills can't get away, and down he goes. Well, Fletcher Cox, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and another sack to his ledger there. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
And Bright, oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Racing to the end zone. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And that one makes it 14-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Houston's offense taking over again. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
What a play there by Fletcher Cox to get in and knock him down behind the line.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away.
Boston Scott deep for Philadelphia.
And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7.
We remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far.
From the 22, Hurts. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Left side here to Sanders. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
Here's Aaron Sipas now.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
A 1st down throw for Mills.
And Brate, the tight end's got it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Got it complete to Rodgers. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
First down, Mills. He'll fire one end zone for Cooks. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But whatever they called on defense, they made sure they were ready for the pass on that snap, made the proper adjustments, and helped force an incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mills. They'll run the screen with Mack. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Mills again. He dumps this off to Mack, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep and you catch him close to the spot.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So the incomplete pass there, but the roughing the passer call bails them out.
Which means you have to stay on the field on defense longer because you've given the offense free snaps, not to mention the free yardage after that mistake.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Call it a gain of a yard as it brings us to the end of the first half. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. From the 10. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. So that's a solid start to the second half. You come out of the lockers losing, thinking you're kicking it away, not going to have it, but boom, the fumble, they get it right back.
I don't know whether they even drew that up on the...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Mills hit, and he loses the ball. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And CD, that's one of those plays you put a mark by. I mean, that could be a big momentum swing here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Yeah, we may have to revisit it, right? Because if that drive ends up in the end zone, they're sitting pretty at that point. Now, instead, it's a 2-score game. That has a chance to tighten up considerably.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone. Off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. The kick by Elliott is good, and they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Houston set to take over. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive, a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
Coach will just be relieved though if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think Coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
On 1st and 10, Mills. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks, 53 yards. And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And you can see in the next-gen stats, that one 62 yards in the air. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. This one taken just inside the 10. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Hurts. Middle of the field, he finds Pascal. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 1st down, Hurts. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Hurts sets up to throw it.
Driscoll able to haul that one in.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Throw left side, complete to Scott. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Throwing again on 2nd down. Hurts. And this one too low.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that. And they force another incompletion.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Mills. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Hurts will throw.
And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down. So we'll have to see what that's about.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
They had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it.
And now out comes Houston. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick-6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick-6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long.
To throw, Mills.
Over the middle, complete. It's Mack. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Texans on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
From the gun, here's Mills.
And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Throwing is Hurts. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop. But when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
Here's Hurts to throw. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown, 40 yards.
And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Well, quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this 4th quarter.
Well, this game's kind of felt like a horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because you had the other guys run out to their big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they've stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this thing off.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter.
He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. His 2nd catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his 1st, and it's 2nd down.
Mills to throw it.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Mills now from the 50.
And Bright has it over the middle.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And what a nice example there of a tight end
doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Mills now looks to throw on first down.
And that's complete to Cooks. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Texans answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead.
Important extra point up and through. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Hurts and the Eagles now.
Down 31-28. A minute 55 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Back to throw. And that's complete to Sanders. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Burt's trying to hurry up the offense.
Back to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert.
Hurts finding Goddard there. First down, Philadelphia.
He's back to throw.
He delivers another to Goddard, complete.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's
Drop it on the random.